Here's the second example on how to write the equation in the vertex form given its graph. So first, I'm going to write down the generic form, and now I'm going to identify the vertex. Because I have a parabola that's concave down, the vertex is going to be determined by the maximum, which is this point right here, 2, 1. The vertex determines the variables h and k, which means I'm going to have to replace h for a2, and I'm going to replace k for a1. My equation now looks like f of x equal to a quantity x minus 2 squared plus 1. I am now going to select a point on the graph to help me solve for a. And the point that I'm going to use is this one right here, which is 5, negative 5. And the first value is going to replace x, the second value is going to replace f of x. Making these substitutions, I'm going to replace f of x again for negative 5. I have a, and then x, I'm going to replace it for a 5. So I get 5 minus 2 quantity squared plus 1. Now I'm going to solve for a. I'm going to do this by first evaluating what's inside of the parentheses. So here I get 5 minus 2, that's going to be 3. So I get a multiplied by 3 quantity squared plus 1. And now I'm going to evaluate the exponent. 3 to the second power, that's 3 times 3, so I'm going to get 9. So a 9a plus 1 on the right hand side. I still have negative 5 on the left. And now to isolate a, I first need to get rid of the constant. To get rid of plus 1, I'm going to have to subtract 1 on both sides. And on the left hand side, negative 5 minus 1 gives me a negative 6. And on the right hand side, the 1 and the negative 1 cancel out. In order to isolate a, I need to use the inverse operation, which is division. I'll divide both sides by 9. And on the left hand side, negative 6 divided by 9, I can reduce that fraction since 6 and 9 have a greatest common factor of 3. This reduces to negative 2/3. And on the right hand side, the 9's are going to cancel out. So my a value is negative 2/3. To write the equation now, I'm going to get f of x equal to, and I'm going to replace the a value for negative 2/3. I have x minus 2 quantity squared plus 1.